What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. And as we continue 31 Days of Horror today, today's topic is my favorite horror film in space. Now, there can only be one, and that is the original Alien, right? For the most part, these films are garbage. Whenever you take someone to space, like Jason or Leprechaun, they typically can be garbage. As far as like horror films in space, you get a lot of cool science fiction films. As far as Alien goes, from 1979, it did something so kind of unique, and it was just a really scary film with this foreboding sense of dread to it. I mean, you're on eggshells. There's anxiety to it, and there's a lot of subtext to this movie that I didn't even clue into before. So I watched a YouTube video on the sexual subtext, the cycle of life being violated by this creature and everything like that. Some YouTube videos out there that show you the subtext of what's going on in Alien. It's actually pretty compelling, and it's actually worth your time for sure. Way more smarter people than me analyzing films and looking at the subtext everything than me. So if you want a more detailed thing of that, you got to go watch one of those, man. But Alien to me is just awesome, man. It's just it's a haunted movie in space for sure, with a cool creature design, a movie with a great lead in it with Ripley, great characters in it and everything. Lot to say about the dangers of AI, for one thing. Just like in Terminator, we got this cyborg named of Ash. They don't even know is a cyborg, who doesn't have any of everyone's best interests, almost tries to kill Ripley in it. So there's a lot going on there, and thematically and all that stuff with this film. And the movie starts off with such great atmosphere. It starts off with such a dreamlike state, you know what I mean? Like, the movie really does has this overall theme of life with this creature. You see this creature beginning stages of life from the face hugger, then it attacks someone, it becomes this hybrid creature of a human and the face hugger. It grows at exponential rate and then dies, which we'll get into because there's something I want to discuss about the life cycle of this creature. But that theme of life and the atmosphere going around the ship, the dark hallways, all that kind of stuff, feeling very like when they land on this planet, all these eggs and the face huggers are. It's basically like you're going into a haunted house, and when you bring something back with you, something's latched onto you. You know what I mean? And then it creates this incredible sense of dread to the rest of the movie when they don't know. It's what you don't know what's so scary, right? I love that about this movie. Everyone is on edge. That they're trying to keep it together. The captain here, Dallas, when he tells Ripley, "I don't care about the fucking rules. I just want to get the hell out of here." Like, completely on edge. When he's stuck in the air shafts and shit like that, and the thing's coming out of him, he doesn't know what the hell it is, and he looks and there it is. Such a scary moment. That moment of Harry Dean Stanton's character looking for Jonesy. And you got to watch the director's cut because you actually see the alien swinging in the chains just in shadow. It's awesome. And when it just comes down and hits him with the extended jaw, really great stuff in Alien, man. And so you could say the atmosphere is like a haunted house story, set up almost like a slasher, taking these people out one by one till we got one person left in Ripley. And I just really like how Ripley just takes control of a situation. She takes charge.
We'll move in pairs. We'll go step by step and cut off every bulkhead and every vent until we have it cornered, and then we'll blow it the fuck out into space. Is that acceptable to you?
When it's just her left, that's when the movie gets really terrifying. There's a one scene there where she's gotten away. She blew up the whole the main ship, and she's just in the shuttle. And then the alien's just sitting in there. You know what I mean? She surprises it and it kind of grabs her, and there's a little jump scare there. And, recently it's come to light about, the life cycle of this thing. Is it just a 24-hour life cycle? It has an extremely short life cycle, because I find it odd that she walks over there, she startles it, but doesn't come after her right away. It's almost like you can look at it several ways. It's almost like it's going off in a corner to die somewhere. Clearly, it's coming out. It comes after her after there. You know what I mean? Or does it have a short life cycle? Do we even know that? All you Alien fans, you got to let me know in the comments below if you actually know how this was really, because it's really ambiguous to me. You know what I mean? Personally, it feels like there was no one left to kill. You know what I mean? It's killed everyone or cocooned everyone. you watch the director's cut, and it's just sitting there waiting. Because there's no one. It's just sitting there waiting because there's no one else there until Ripley startles it, and that's what it feels like. Because in James Cameron's Aliens, I don't think you see that these things don't die after 24 hours. 'Cause there's thousands of them. So I don't know, unless they're breeding like freaking little fire bugs and shit like that, where when you see them, there's thousands of them and all that. But I don't know. That ending was always very ambiguous, and the whole movie of Alien asks a lot of questions. You know, little answers, a lot of questions, which that's what I don't understand about Prometheus. When people didn't like Prometheus, I don't understand where nothing is explained. Nothing was fucking explained in the original Alien. It made you ask so many bloody questions, you know what I mean? So I love Alien for that, though. I love the ambiguity of it. I love movies where they make you ask a lot of questions, and you can talk with friends, you can talk with other movie people and go, well, what's your interpretation of this? How did you feel about all this and all that kind of stuff? And a classic scene where the alien comes out of Kane, man, that is one that's really hard to replicate. I mean, I do like how Ridley Scott did it in Alien Covenant, breaking out of the guy's back, but it's so effective here, right? Because you didn't know what this thing was. The face hugger, it latched onto him, then it went off and died. Your mind wouldn't think of anything, and then he's eating, he starts puking, and this thing breaks out and all the blood goes everywhere. A little bit of body horror there and everything. A really amazing scene that really gets to you when you see this freaking alien come out and it scoots across the table. Then we realize how much it's growing. You know what I mean? Ridley Scott really created a really good movie here. And I don't know what it is about director's earliest work. You know what I mean? Like Ridley Scott with Alien, James Cameron with Terminator. Man, you could say Alfred Hitchcock. I know he's famous for Psycho, but he did Shadow of a Doubt in the 40s, and that's one of his best movies. You know what I mean? There's something about their early, sometimes your early work, you're firing all cylinders, or you're just able to be really creative. Great movie, man. Great movie with a lot of mood and atmosphere. Great kills, great characters. These oil rigging like truckers in space. You know what I mean? That's what I call them in Alien. But it's a great little movie in space. I love when the horror goes into space. You know what I mean? And you know what? I rag on Jason X. I hate that fucking movie because it's how spoofy it is. It's because how cheap it looks. I mean, that freaking the way Jason looks at the end of the movie there. If you would have crafted Jason X like Alien, you could have had something like a darker version, that Kane Hodder Jason from Part 7, creeping around those hallways like the alien, not showing him a lot, having great kills, having people terrified. That film could have worked, like set up the same. Like these people are going off, they find old Earth, they find Jason, they bring him back because they don't know what he is, or something like that in the narrative, right? It could have really worked, but man, Alien is a fantastic film. Really love it. Had to talk Alien on 31 Days of Horror. But what about you? Do you like Alien or don't you like it? And which Alien movie is your favorite? Do you like horror in space? Is it one of your favorites when they do that? Let me know in the comments below. We'll have a great discussion. Stick around for the end card for related content. And as always, my name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. You all have a good one. I will see you later. I will see you next time, and I will see you in the movies. Cheers.